This bonus episode is for anyone who has ever second-guessed their voice on stage, in a meeting, on the mic, or even introducing yourself in a room full of opportunity. I'm your host, Jazzy T, and you may have known me as a radio personality. Yes, I've spent 25 years in broadcasting, and I know how to lead a conversation. I know how to guide an interview, and yes, I like my cue cards. But in this moment, I did something I normally don't do. I sat in the hot seat. Now, this conversation was not planned, but at the Women Empowering Women conference, there was a Dale Carnegie master trainer there, and I sat her down for an interview, and she flipped the script and turned the interview into a on-the-spot training exercise. Now, public speaking in front of real people is way different than standing behind a microphone or looking at a prompter at a TV studio. Because confidence in private doesn't always translate to confidence in public. Those are real eyeballs staring into your soul while you're trying to deliver a speech. But she coaches me through it. No notes, no prep, just my experience. And what happened next is exactly what most people are afraid of and is exactly what you need to hear. And welcome to Elevating Enterprise, the podcast that gives you a 100,000-foot view of success and the elevator access to get there. Today, we are live from the Women Empowering Women Conference, and I am here with Miss Candice Kellogg. Wow. She just got off the stage, y'all. We were talking about Dale Carnegie and public speaking and training. Yeah. And I literally just grabbed her. She was networking with some folks. I said, I got to talk to you real quick because there's so much that people need to understand about what you just executed on stage. Wow. But first, can you give us your elevator pitch?
Oh, goodness. So my name is Candice Kellogg, and I am a master trainer and executive coach with Dale Carnegie. I'm also a paid speaker. And what does that mean? That means that I have the privilege to where my purpose in life and my position are in alignment. Yeah, I get to help leaders around the world find their spark, what lights them up. And sometimes, we go through life and our greatness gets covered by our experiences. Yeah. And so sometimes we need someone to shed a light on that, help us look at our diamond from a different perspective, and so that we can shine again. And so I get to do that with corporate leaders, many of them right here in Rochester. I work a lot with Wegmans in Rochester, and it is an absolute privilege.
So how did you find your confidence to get into this type of role where you have hundreds, if not thousands of eyes looking at you?
Yeah. Well, I think courage can be found in purpose.
Okay.
All right. I met Dale Carnegie when I was a global leader working at Walmart. I took a 3-day immersion course, and that course changed my life. And as I sat there, responsible for working in anti-corruption compliance, and I said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. So forget the law degree. Forget,
Oh, wow.
Yes, being a lobbyist and the trajectory my life was on before. I said, I want to be a part of helping other people. I want to be a part of helping leaders. And it has been an amazing journey. It has been absolutely amazing.
How long have you been doing this?
7 years. 7 years this month.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And that has taken you out of state? So out of your city?
That's right.
Out of your state?
That's right.
How is that for you?
Privilege. It's I call the work that I do journeying into the sacred.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. So here's the principal truth. When you're working with someone and they're trying to uncover their purpose and work on being their best self, a part of that requires transparency. Okay. There's no transformation without transparency. So,
wait, there's no transformation without transparency.
Yes. So that requires me to respect the fact that when someone opens up and when they say I need help and when they say I don't know how, that I have shown a proper amount of respect to deserve the right to be in there with them in that moment. So it requires humility, it requires psychological safety, and so then the real work can begin. and it's fun. We have lots of fun.
Can you give us like a freebie, Dale Carnegie, like intro 101?
Yeah, we'd have to switch roles. I had to go from becoming the guest, and then you'll have to be the participant.
Well,
so
I mean, I'm very rarely the one being interviewed. So if you got something for me, I'm here for it.
Okay, let's see here. What's something that you want to work on?
Okay.
What's something you want to work on that you think will take your podcast to the next level?
I think stepping into being the face of the company and getting on stages such as there's a conference called Podcast Movement, which is actually a part of South by Southwest this year.
Nice.
Right. And I submitted a talk. I didn't get it, but it was the first time I ever submitted something. So maybe in this formulation of a talk and then remembering it. Without my notes.
Yes, without your notes. Is that the thing you think that's holding you back, your ability to speak without notes?
Yeah, I think so. Because like I said, I'm very rarely the one that has to talk for too long. I usually ask the questions. Like I said, broadcasting 25 years.
Yes.
I'm interviewing everybody else.
Absolutely.
And so it's just as long as I know enough background about them, then I can get them talking and then I can ask a follow-up question. But very rarely have I stepped into the thought leadership role, but I have a lot of knowledge. I know I do. That's why I have a company where I'm able to coach people one-on-one. But as far as to take it to a stage.
Okay. So let's do it together. Let's do one together, all right?
Okay.
Okay. So you said you have a lot of knowledge that you would take to the stage. What's something you would be excited to help people with?
You mean like a specific topic?
Yes, a specific topic.
Okay. So the difference between podcasting and broadcasting.
All right, fantastic. Let's do that one. Now, before we move forward, why are you so excited about that?
Because I have a unique perspective on that, being in broadcasting for 25 years, being in production, working in Hollywood, working as a post-production, a post-producer and an editor.
Okay.
So I have the whole framework around that. And the podcasting is what I'm building my business around. Yes. And I think that there's a pet peeve there.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Of, say, for instance, I'm going to pick on Steve Harvey morning show. Taping their radio show and then calling it a podcast. That's not a podcast.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a recording of your radio show that is now available on demand, but that is not a podcast.
So what do you recommend people do if they want to start a podcast, a real podcast? What should they do?
Find out what it is first. Get a definition that you're comfortable with, and then work with somebody like Jazzcast Pros.
That's right.
In order to be able to narrow down your niche, hone in on your specific skills, and figure out why somebody would want to listen to that.
So let me ask you this. So you gave a lot of really good advice there when you just gave that advice, right? Several things that we could do. If you could net it out and just do this one thing for your audience, what would be the one thing they should do? Just one.
Okay. If they want to
start, just give them one action they could do today. What would that be?
Be a guest.
Ooh, interesting. And if they were a guest, what would they get from it?
They would see what it's like to be on a podcast. They would experience what a podcast is. They would...
Okay, just one, though. One thing that they would get.
So they would get the experience of podcasting.
Fantastic. Here's the deal. Something special just happened between you and I. You just gave a, 2-3 minute talk without notes. Did you realize that?
You got me.
I got you. Because here's the deal. Here's what you have to know. Whether you're going to give a talk that lasts 60 minutes, like the one I just did, or 3 truths must be present. You need to earn the right to talk about what you're planning to speak about, your message. And how you earn it is you lived it. You spoke eloquently about your years in broadcast. The fact that you have started and you have your own podcast, that is your center of expertise, and you've earned the right to talk about any subject falling under that, right? Then you have to be excited about whatever it is you're going to speak. Because when you're excited, you light up. Did you notice you had animation and energy, and you stared into the camera, and you did it all naturally? And not one time did you get distracted from your audience with notes, because that's what they do. Then the last thing, you're eager to share the value. Did you see how you pivoted when you were talking about what the Steve Harvey show does versus what a real podcast is? And then when we were able to coach you in the moment, just to give one action, one benefit, you took some time and you Daled it.
I Daled.
You Daled it. Be a guest.
That's so great.
Right? And so, and you did it. And how much time did you need to prepare that talk?
25 years of experience.
Exactly. But how about it for today?
Right. None.
None. And that's how you know you're ready for South by Southwest. You're ready today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I high five you?
Yeah. You got this.
That's amazing. Well, this has never happened before on Elevating Enterprise, where I became the guest. But
Yes, indeed.
Ms. Candace, I appreciate you. And
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. If there's somebody who wants to connect with you, are you on social media?
I am. I'm on LinkedIn. Find me, Candice Kellogg. I'm on LinkedIn for sure. Connect with me. If you're looking for executive coaching or a paid speaker, happy to serve.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by today, and we will let you enjoy the rest of the wonderful conference here at Women Empowering Women 2026.
Thank you so much.
All right. Now, that moment was not planned. It was not rehearsed, but that's exactly why it worked, right? Because what you just heard is what happens when you stop hiding behind preparation and start standing in your experience. So if you're building a business, a brand, or a platform, at some point, you have to become the face of it. So before we close, here are my 3 takeaways to help you elevate your enterprise. Number 1, you've already earned the right to speak. You don't need another certification, another course, another year of experience. Your lived experience is your credibility. Number 2, energy beats perfection every time. Did you hear the shift when I got passionate? People don't connect to perfect. They connect to real, present, and engaged. And number 3, give 1 clear action, not 10 ideas. The moment got powerful when it got simple. 1 takeaway, 1 step, 1 direction forward. That's how you move people. So here's your next step. If you've been sitting on your expertise, waiting for the right time to share it, this is your sign. This is your time. At Jazzcast Pros, we help you step into podcasting in a way that fits your goals. Either as a podcast guest, a subject matter expert, so you can share your knowledge and build authority, as an advertiser, so you can connect directly with audiences, or even as a host of your own show, so you can build a platform for your message and take it global. Whatever role you're ready to step into, I'm here for you. You can connect with me on LinkedIn at Jazzy T. Williams, or simply visit jazzcastpros.com. Make sure you're subscribed to this podcast, Elevating Enterprise, so you don't miss what's next. And if this episode challenged how you show up, share it with another entrepreneur who needs that push, because your voice is not just a skill, it's a business asset. Until next time, remember, success isn't overnight. It's strategic.